Hello everybody, Joe here with Garden of Luma. In today's video I wanted to do a quick update on my Red-Hybrid Jaboticaba. I'm really admiring this tree today. It's looking really lush and beautiful. And so I wanted just to talk briefly about it and just give you guys a quick update on this. So I started this was a really tiny starter plant that I purchased back in April of 2018. It is July 2020 right now. A little over 2 years I'd say. And as you can see, it is starting to fill out and bush out really nice here. Really beautiful foliage going on right now. And this is a really slow growing tree. As you can see here, it's not very large for being a little over 2 years old. So it is very slow growing. But this variety, the Red-Hybrid variety, is supposed to fruit a little quicker than some of the other varieties. Some of the other varieties from seed can take like 7 to 10 years, I've read, for them to start fruiting, whereas this one is more like 3 to 5 years. So it still is a long time. And it is a good idea if you buy this tree to get a large tree so you don't have to wait quite as long. But I was really interested in this Red-Hybrid variety, and at the time I couldn't find any around here, so I decided to get this as a small seedling starter plant. And a couple tips for growing this in the Phoenix, Arizona area. We're in growing zone 9B, so this is well adapted to that type of growing zone. It is a little bit cold hardy, so it can take some temps below freezing. This isn't one that you really need to worry about protecting here in our area. So that is one nice thing. But as you can see here, there's an opening for sun here in the mid-morning. It's early right now and the sun is shaded that way and that way. So you do want to give this guy a lot of shade. So early morning sun here is ideal. You don't want to put it in full all-day blasting sun here in our area. So you want to give it quite a bit of shade. And as you can see, the pot here is pretty flooded. This guy loves water, loves to be wet. It comes from a wet area. So you do not have to worry about overwatering this. Here in our area in the desert, you really want to make sure you're watering this consistently. This isn't something that you need to worry about getting root rot or anything like that. It likes to be wet continuously. So make sure you're keeping it well watered if you have this tree. This tree tends to suffer a lot from tip burn. You can see some of the older leaves there. So it doesn't like our salty water here. So you want to really make sure you're flushing the salts out of the soil if you have this planted in the ground or even in a container that you're watering, flooding, making sure you're getting those salts out all the time. And it really prefers acidic soil. So I've planted this in almost 100% peat moss, which is not something I'd recommend for any other container fruit tree. But since peat tends to hold moisture and it tends to be more acidic, it seems to be ideal for this type of fruit tree here. So generally I would say do not do that for any other type of fruit tree, but this Jaboticaba seems to like that. It keeps it a little bit more on the acidic side. It keeps that moisture in there as well. So there you go. This is the Red-Hybrid Jaboticaba. You can put this in the ground, but again, it's gonna be, you'll start seeing these leaves get more chloritic when the pH gets too high, and our soil in the ground tends to have that higher pH. So just keep that in mind. And it's well suited for a container because it doesn't grow very rapidly. You can keep it manageable in a container. So that's what I've chosen to do, just because I can keep that pH down a lot easier than planting it in the ground. But there are some in-ground trees here in the Phoenix, Arizona that have done quite well and fruit prolifically here. So it's a really good tree to grow here. I have never tasted the fruit, so I look forward to trying that someday, and I'll keep you updated on how this continues to grow. I've heard the taste is similar to like a really good grape. So we'll see. Check me out at gardenofluma.com for more tips on gardening and growing fruit trees, especially in hot, dry climates. Thanks for watching.